Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to enroll or invite student in Google Classroom on successful Stripe payment. So I am managing my digital courses with the help of Google Classroom, which is an amazing learning management platform. And in order to sell my course, I am using a payment gateway, that is Stripe. Now my objective is that whenever I am going to receive a new payment on Stripe for a particular course by a student, then I want to add that same student. Basically, I want to enroll that same student in a course of Google Classroom. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between these two applications, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles: trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take Stripe, and in action, we are going to take Google Classroom, and we are going to set up a connection between these two applications to automate this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect. And to learn this amazing automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to enroll or invite students for a particular course in Google Classroom whenever a new payment will be received on Stripe. So here my objective is to set up a connection between Stripe and Google Classroom in such a way that whenever the student is going to make the payment for the course I have created in Google Classroom, then that student should be enrolled in Google Classroom or should be sent an invited link. So how we are going to automate this entire process, that we are going to do with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So basically, Pabbly Connect allows us to set up connections between different applications without the requirement of any coding or programming skills to automate all our tasks. So if you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in. But in case if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. And also when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. So because I'm already an existing user, therefore currently I'm going to click on sign in. This is the all apps section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. And here a dialog box will appear in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let us provide a name over here. Enroll student in Google Classroom on successful Stripe payment. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I've already created a folder with a name as Automations for Learning Management. I have selected that, and now let's click on Create. In the same manner, by creating different folders on your dashboard, you can save your workflows separately. As we've done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? As I already told you, that these two are the main principles on which the entire automation of Pabbly Connect runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Stripe in our trigger and Google Classroom in our action, and we want that whenever a new payment will be received by a student in Stripe, then automatically we want to enroll that student or send the invite link to that student on Google Classroom. Okay, so here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the payment is received on Stripe, then only the student is enrolled in Google Classroom, otherwise not. So after understanding this concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, and that will be Stripe. So let's select Stripe over here. So Stripe is a payment gateway with the help of which I'm going to manage all my payments for my learning management platform, that is Google Classroom. So I want that whenever I'm going to receive the payment for the course PHP for programming, then I want to add the student in the course in Google Classroom. Okay, so here we have to select the trigger event as checkout completed. So as we have selected this trigger event, now whenever the checkout, that means the payment will be completed and it will be successful, we are going to receive the response. But before that, we have to set up the connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect, and that we are going to do with the help of this URL which we have received. So this is the webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge in order to set up a connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect, and it is going to send the data from Stripe towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now we have to follow the instructions given over here very carefully in order to set up this connection. First of all, let's copy the webhook URL, and then I'm going to take you towards my Stripe account. So you can see that I am currently working in test mode. Now in order to set up the connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect, we have to go towards developer section, and here we can see the option of webhooks. So let's select that. Now we have to click on this add endpoint, and first of all we have to paste the URL in this particular endpoint URL field which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. After doing this, we have to select the events. So we have to click on this select events button, and our event over here will be checkout. So now we have to select the specific event inside checkout, and that will be checkout session completed. So whenever the checkout session will be completed, we want to receive the response. That means whenever the payment will be successful, we want to receive the response of that payment in Pabbly Connect. So here, after doing this, we will click on add events, and now we will click on add endpoint. As we have done that, we can see that the checkout is successfully connected. And as we have done that, we can see that our webhook is set up. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission. So how we are going to do that? By making a test payment in Stripe to receive the response. So I'm going to go back towards Stripe. Here we will go back towards home, and you can see the option of payment links over here. So I've already created a payment link for the course which I'm going to sell, and the name of this link is PHP for programming. So with the help of this link, I want to receive the payments from the students. So I'm going to open the link, and this is the URL of the checkout page. So I'm simply going to copy it, and I'm going to open it in a new tab. And you can see that the checkout page of PHP course is open in front of us. So now, and you can see that it is in test mode. So we are going to make a test payment. So quickly we are going to enter the details over here in these fields to make this payment. And because I'm doing a test submission, therefore I'm going to enter all the dummy details. So let's start with the email. Let's say the email of the student who is making this payment is testuser490@pabblytudes.com. Because I'm making a test submission, therefore I'm going to enter the dummy card details over here. The card holder name will be test user, and the country is already selected. Now I'm going to click on pay, and the payment is successful. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect, and here we can see that as soon as we have made the payment in Stripe, we have already received the response. The type is checkout session completed. So this is the session which we have selected while setting up the webhook. Okay, and in the response we have received all other details as well. So when we'll scroll down, we will receive the details related to the person who has made this payment. You can see this is the name, this is the email, and here we have received the amount as well. Along with the amount which we have received, when we will scroll more, we have also received a payment link. So this is the unique payment link for each of the product we have in Stripe. So basically, because we are going to receive multiple payments on Stripe, because it is a payment gateway, you can see that I have multiple links over here for different products, but I do not want to enroll the students for each and every payment. I only want that when the student is going to make the payment with this particular link, that is with PHP for programming link, then only I want to add the student in the course. Therefore, we have to apply a filter condition in this particular workflow, that only when the payment will be received in Stripe with this particular link, then only we want to continue the workflow, otherwise not. So here our action application will be filter. And now in our action event, we will simply select filter values. Let's click on connect. Filter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to set different kind of conditions in our workflow according to our requirements. Here we have to set the condition by adding the label, the filter type, and the value. So I want that only when the payment will be made with a specific link, then the workflow should continue. So we will simply select the label as the payment link which we have received. So this is our previous response. When we will scroll down, here is the payment link which we have received. This is the P link. Okay, so we will select that. And when we have selected this label from the previous response, that means we have mapped the data. Mapping is inserting data from previous step. When we select a data by using our previous response, it becomes dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced. So now whenever a new response will be captured from Stripe, automatically this payment link is going to be replaced with a new payment link that we are going to receive in a new response. Now we'll move towards the filter type, and that will be equal to. I want if the payment link will be equal to the value which I'm going to set, then only the workflow should continue. So now what we are going to enter into the value, we are going to enter the P link through which we wanted the payment. So we will go back towards Stripe. We will open our payment link. So I'm going to open the link, and in the URL of this link, you can see that here after the last dash, this is the P link. So this is the link, this is the specific link through which we want to receive the payment every time. So we will simply copy it, and we are going to paste it in the value field. Okay, so this will be the value. When the label will be equal to the value, then only we want to continue this workflow. That means when the payment link which we are going to receive from Stripe will be equal to the payment link which we have entered in the value, then only we want to enroll the student in Google Classroom, otherwise not. So here we are going to test the condition whether it is true or not. Let's click on save and send test request button. And yes, we can see that the condition is absolutely true. So now what we are going to do, we will move forward, and because our condition is true, we want to add this particular student who has made the payment in Google Classroom. So I'm going to take you back towards my Google Classroom, and this is my class in which I want to enroll the students. So Google Classroom is an amazing remote learning platform. Basically, it is a learning management platform which allows users and the administrators to very easily and effortlessly manage the classes, the course, the grades, and the exams. Okay, and the communication between the students and and the teachers. Now, here I want to enroll the students. So for that, we have to set up a connection between Google Classroom and Pabbly Connect. Let's go towards our next action step, and our action application will be Google Classroom. We have selected that. Now we have to select the action event that will be create invitation. So whenever we are going to receive the payment from Stripe by a student, then we want to send an invitation link to that same student. So we will select create invitation as our action event, and we are going to click on connect. Now to build a new connection between Google Classroom and Pabbly Connect, I'm going to select add new connection over here, and we'll click on sign in with Google. In case if you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. Now we have to select our account. So here I'm going to select my account. And now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Google account. I'm going to click on allow because it is 100% safe. As we have done that, our authorization has become successful. So let's move forward. Here we have to select the course ID. So from the drop down, you have to select the particular course in which you want to enroll the student. I only have created one course over here, PHP for programming. So the course ID is already selected. Now we have three roles over here, student, teacher or owner. So because we want to send an invite link to the student, we are enrolling the person as a student in the course. So here the role will be student. Now we have to enter the email address of the student to whom we want to add or to whom we want to enroll. Okay, so we want to enroll the student who has made the payment in Stripe. We will quickly map the email address of that person. So this is the Stripe response, and when we will scroll down, here is the email address of the student. So let's map that. When we have mapped this email address, it has become dynamic, and now with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced automatically. In this way, we are going to enroll all the students. Basically, we are going to send the invite links to all the students who have made the payment in Stripe. Let's click on save and send test request button. As we have done that, we can see that we have received the response. This is the ID of the student. This is the course ID, and the role is student. That means the invite link for the course is sent to this particular student on the email address. Now I'm going to take you towards Google Classroom. We will go towards people section over here. And here I'm going to refresh this field. And you can see that an invite link is sent to this particular student. When the student is going to accept the invite and join the class, he will be added in the student section. So let's go and check whether the student has received the invite link or not. And yes, here we can see that the invite link is received. This is the invite link for PHP for programming course, and the student has to click on join class to join the class and enroll themselves into the Google Classroom. Now, after completing the workflow, let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. And here, in the same manner, you have to set up the connection between Stripe and Google Classroom to send invite link to your students whenever the payment will be captured. Now, when we have completed the workflow and we have connected two applications, let's check this workflow whether it is running fine or not. So I'm going to make another payment on Stripe for PHP for programming course. I will simply copy this link. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And I'm going to quickly enter the details, all the dummy details over here in these fields to make the payment. Let's start with the email. And these are the details. Now I'm going to click on pay. And yes, the payment is successful. It is given in the checkout page. Congratulations on your enrollment. Your journey into PHP programming begins now. Keep an eye on your inbox. We'll be sending your exclusive invite link shortly. Get ready to dive into an exciting world of coding. This means that the students are being informed in advance only that they are going to receive the invite link for the course through email. Now we'll go towards Google Classroom. Here I'm going to refresh this field. And you can see that automatically demo user is added into the invitee section. So we'll go and check whether the email is received to this particular user or not. And yes, here we can see that another invite is received to the demo user. Now this means that our workflow is absolutely successful. Let's quickly summarize what we have done in the workflow. We have taken very simple steps, trigger and action. In trigger, we have taken Stripe, and in action, we have taken filter and Google Classroom. And we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new payment will be received on Stripe, if the payment will be made with a specific link, then we want to add the student who has made the payment into a particular course in Google Classroom. Basically, we want to send the invite link to the student to enroll them into the course. Okay, so this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.